I'll just go in there and I'm gonna talk about every single monkey in the game. Do I have sandbox mode unlocked? Okay. First, we have the Dart Monkey. So the Dart Monkey, cheap. Very cheap, very nice for being cheap. That's what he does, okay? Send him balloons. He does 1 damage, 2 pierce. So if you see him attack a blue balloon, can't kill it. If we send 3 balloons at him, he'll hit through the first 2, won't be able to hit the 3rd, okay? Now, let's talk about his cross paths. Sharp shots. So Spike-a-Pole, like we talked about earlier with the boomerang, it shoots down 1 straight line and just travels forever. It has basically infinite range when it shoots until it hits a certain amount of balloons, and then it stops and it pops. So you like to put this on straightaways, like right here. Look, we can buy it. Boom. Juggernaut. And it'll go through and pop all of them. And look, it even bounces off walls. So Spike-a-Pole's really good for straight lines like this, and it's also really good for maps with a lot of walls because it'll bounce off all the walls and hit all the balloons. Cornfield, I think is what it's called, is a staple for Juggernaut. Middle path, triple shot. It's really cheap, so it's really good as an early game option. It pops balloons very easily. Let's send some pinks at our triple shot. So we got this guy for super cheap, and look, he's still able to hit, well, not super easily. So it looks like yellows are pinks are a little too much for him. But yellows, he can deal with pretty easily. 1 got past, but overall, just a really nice cheap option. Next is Super Monkey Fan Club. It gives you ability that turns, it says right there, but I'll explain it. 10 monkeys around him into super monkeys. Very strong, very good ability. It's like getting 10 super monkeys for the price of about 2 or 3. Very good, but obviously it's on a cooldown, but the cooldown's not too long. And if you get 2 of them, you can pretty much have infinite 10 super monkeys. And again, it's cheaper than a super monkey, so that's really cool. And then our last path is the crossbow. So the crossbow has a lot of pierce and a lot of range. I believe it does, it does 3 damage and has a ton of pierce. So let's, spacing back to 1, let's put the count to 20, and let's send in a bunch of yellows at him. Let's see if we can deal with them. Okay, so pretty good, right? You can deal with 20 clumped yellows. That's pretty impressive. So the next path, Sharpshooter, just gives him a crit that basically does more damage every few shots. Crossbow Master gives him a ton of range. Every shot crits. He attacks faster, does more damage. Just a great monkey overall. Go to the Boomerang Monkey. Top path, we talked about it earlier. Glaive Lord, really good for killing really good for killing grouped balloons, and I believe it is very good against ceramics. So let's send 20 ceramics at a more glaives monkey. So 1 more glaives, which is not that expensive, can kill 20 ceramics on his own. Let's see. Let's try 30. Wow. So more glaives is obviously very strong against ceramic balloons, against grouped balloons. It just bounces between all of them, does a ton of damage. Very useful monkey. Glaive Lord is the same thing, but it's got a bunch of glaives spinning around it, does a ton of damage. It's awesome. Middle path is Turbocharge, does a ton of damage. Just a very versatile monkey. Lots of DPS, spins in a circle, so it can hit multiple times. It can hit multiple spots in the track. Well, let's send 30 ceramics, okay? And if we use our ability, look, it just mows down those ceramics. Super strong overall. And then lastly, we've got Kylie Boomerang. So Kylie Boomerang, just like what we were talking about earlier with the Juggernaut, attacks in a straight line, allowing him to hit several balloons in a row. When he's attacking on a straight line on last, shreds all the balloons because it goes out, stays out, and hits as many balloons as possible. We make 2 of them. Give them all faster throwing. Okay, so these guys are really good for stalling strats because as you can tell, Moab Press isn't that expensive. Pretty cheap, actually. So when you have 5 of them attacking 1 guy, knocks them all back. It has 3 paths. The top path allows it to deal more damage, basically, and eventually Balloon Impact, Balloon Crush allow it to stun, which is really, really cool in my opinion. So really big bombs. It just does a lot of damage. Makes frag bombs do more damage. Cool guy overall. Oh, and it can pop leads. That's incredibly important. So really big bomb, just tons of damage. Really big. Very good monkey. Middle path. Moab Mauler is your main thing for dealing with Moabs and Moab class balloons. So let's send a ZOMG at it and just watch it get to work. And it also has an active ability, which just pretty much one shot, not literally, but pretty much just one-shots any Moab on the screen. Third one is Recursive Cluster. Recursive Cluster is known for destroying grouped balloons. Bomb Blitz is just stronger, and it also makes it so when a balloon goes through, it just wipes everything on the screen. Very good on Impoppable. No, not on Impoppable, on hard. Not very good on Impoppable or Chimps because you only have 1 life, which is unfortunate because, you know, saving up enough money to buy Bomb Blitz is only really useful on Impoppable and Chimps where it's useless. 30 ceramics at this guy. Is pretty much able to kill him on his own. Very strong, and with it obviously needs good placement too. Tack Shooter does AoE damage. It hits all around it, which is really nice. So you can put it on these circles, right? I don't have him upgraded, so I'm just gonna have to talk about all of the upgrades, unfortunately. So this top one basically does a lot of damage, doesn't attack super fast, but it can pop leads, which is really nice. And once it's at max, it gets this meteor attack, which is really, really strong. Middle path, long range attacks, allows you to attack pretty much all over the map, and eventually you get Bladed Maelstrom, which is an active, which just destroys a bunch of balloons around it. Very cool ability. Bottom path is Tack Zone, which makes it shoot out a ton of tacks all around it, which is really good when you add buffs to it and when it's in the middle of a Moab, because it will hit with every single tack. Okay, Ice Monkey. This is a support monkey, good for a few different things. Now, I'm not quite good enough to fully understand. Well, I do understand what makes him so good, but I can't fully utilize him. Down this top path, you get ice shards, which makes it so when it pops, it shoots shards out. Very, very good. But more importantly, you get embrittlement and super brittle, which makes balloons take more damage after they've been frozen. Middle path creates a permanent slow around him, and when you use this, it will freeze everything. Bottom path gives him a ton of range and allows him to eventually slow Moab class balloons, which makes them so slow it actually instantly stops DDTs. I wish I could show you guys. Glue Gunner, also a support monkey, does very similar things. Top path is mainly damage. Balloon Solver just shreds things. Middle path allows you to glue everything on the screen, and at the end one, which this is a very cheap tier 5, does extra damage just like Super Brittle does. And on the bottom path, it's just it's glue that works on Moabs, and it's super strong to the point where it even freezes. Next, Sniper Monkey. Again, we already talked about the Sniper Monkey a bit, but it's good at a few things. One, single target damage. That is what the top path is for. So on the top path, we get extra damage, which is just used to kill big balloons. Again, this can one-shot ceramics, which is really nice when you break a ceramic. Here, let's just break a ceramic. We'll get large caliber and faster shooting, and let's break a ceramic. It splits into a ton of little balloons. So look, this is incredibly annoying to deal with. Even if we got through these guys, we can switch it to semi-automatic. We then have to deal with the next one and switch to top path. And then we send the ceramics out. And he pops them in one hit. We no longer have to deal with those grouped yellow balloons, which makes it way, way easier. So this guy's very, very good against really strong balloons. Moab, really good for stalling. Let's send, I'm sending 60. What's really interesting is a lot of times when you send one, you don't even really see him. Barely even gets onto the screen. Moab, incredibly strong. Cripple Moab does the same thing, even stronger, and makes them take extra damage. Very, very good. Middle path of Sniper is used for beating clumped balloons. It's very similar to more glaives. Shrapnel Shot makes it so when you shoot a balloon, it shoots out shrapnels behind it. So as you see, when it pops it, boom, shoots out shrapnels behind it. Those shrapnels do extra damage. So then when you get Bouncing Bullet, I believe that it actually shoots shrapnels out of every single balloon it hits. So let's send out 30 rainbows. So now, every single time the bullet hits, it's going to bounce to the balloons next to it, also proccing Shrapnel Shot on every single balloon. Incredibly good for beating a bunch of clumped balloons like this. And as you get Supply Drop and Elite Sniper, it gives you money as an active. You just press the active and it gives you money. Very nice. And these buffs are so good that even if you didn't get the money, they're still worth buying. That's how good they are. There's actually a chimp strategy that evolves around Elite Sniper, and on chimps you can't even get money. That's how good these upgrades are. Bottom path makes you attack fast. What can I say? I don't know. Once you get to the bottom one, Elite Defender gets more damage as it goes farther along the track. Monkey Sub, I can't even place him on this map. So it's a Water Monkey. Advanced intel allows you to, okay, it's really cool. So basically, if a balloon is in radius of another monkey, the sub can shoot it. So you combine advanced intel with this bottom path, and it is a amazing DPS dealer, but it's also basically a sniper monkey. Very cool. Top path makes it go underwater, and it goes blue, 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 like submarines do. You know it. You guys know what submarines do. They're like blue. You know what I'm talking about? And every time it does one of those, every time it does a blue, it decamos every single balloon in its range. That's very cool. Middle path is one of the best options for destroying Moabs in the game. The active is actually spammed to beat Bloonarius. Sub is just a great all-around monkey. Monkey Buccaneer is probably my favorite monkey. Maybe not, but it's up there for sure. Top path, aircraft carrier in Destroyer is one of the best bang for your buck monkeys in the game. Attacks super fast. When you combine it with Hot Shot, it's just, it'll wipe out the early game for you. I think Destroyer is incredibly good and very, very cheap. Aircraft carrier, very good mid-game monkey. Carrier flagship is pretty good, but I think what makes carrier flagship super good is the fact that you can place monkeys on it. So what you can do is you can place a carrier flagship at the top of a path, and then it goes bloop, and you can place a little monkey above it. You can place, so theoretically, let's say there's water right here. We place a Monkey Buccaneer right here, okay? Then it gets a little thing that allows you to place a monkey right above it. You can then take a Tack Shooter and place it directly on the track, so every single tack hits pretty much every single balloon. Middle path gives you Cannon Ship and Monkey Pirates, which is just pretty good. Shoots out a lot of bombs. Very strong on its own, but also allows you to instantly swallow Moabs. Pirate Lord allows you to instantly swallow 3 Moabs, including ZOMGs, which is really good because you can just buy this and then instantly win round 80, and it's pretty cheap. Bottom path is the best farmer in the game, and it's called Merchant Man. Now, there's strategies that make you the best farmer in the game. It's not just immediately the best farmer in the game, but it just makes you money every round. And by combining Trade Empire, which boosts up to 20 other merchantmen, it just farms incredibly well. It can see camo, it can kill lead, and there's 20 of them because you obviously have 20 being buffed by your Trade Empire, and Trade Empire makes merchantmen do extra damage. So it's actually not, they're not bad damage dealers either. Not good. They're not good, but they're not bad. Monkey Ace. So we talked about earlier, you guys see how there's this red here? You know, monkeys can be blocked vision-wise by, I'm trying to see, okay, monkeys can be blocked vision-wise. So now this sniper can't hit anything over here. Monkey Ace can always hit everything on the map because he flies above them. Now there's a few different versions of the Monkey Ace. There's Operation Dartstorm. This top one does extra damage to Moabs. It shoots out these missiles. All right, pretty good. It shoots out these extra missiles, does extra damage to Moabs. Operation Dartstorm and Sky Shredder are just very, very good monkeys for how much they cost. Like, they're probably the best tier 5s for how much they cost. And you can also micro them. So I'm not good at this. What you can do is, like, let's say a Moab was coming right here. You could like, by, I can't do it. But basically, you can click this in ways to keep the ace in, like, one spot the entire time. So you just do a bunch of damage over and over in that spot. Again, I'm not good at it. You kind of need to slow down. Exploding Pineapple is one of the best monkeys, and Bomber Ace are really good for killing clumped balloons. It will just drop on the track, and it just destroys pretty much everything on it. It doesn't have infinite pierce, 40 per bomb, okay? So I can pop 40 balloons per bomb. So these are the best for races because you can send a bunch of waves of balloons at once, and the bombs will just and blow them all up. Incredibly good. You can obviously micro them like we were talking about to try and shoot bombs in the same spots over and over again. And then bottom path is also a really good mid-game monkey. Bottom path gives you never miss targeting. So if you guys notice, it shoots out these darts around it. When you go bottom path, instead of the darts just shooting randomly, they actually lock on to balloons. So never miss targeting plus lots more darts. Very, very strong strategy for the early game. I don't really know what this guy does. I never, ever, ever use the helicopter. Apache Dart Ship, also a really good monkey for carrying you through chimps. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know a lot about this monkey, but I can tell you it can fly over everything. It does avoid obstacles. Support Chinook is incredibly good. It gives you money, gives you cash crates, and you can pick up and move monkeys. Super cool tower. This one's really awesome. Yes, downdraft is really good because you can just put it in one spot and it'll blow all balloons back to the entrance. I do know that that's broken. I don't use it. I know it's broken, but I don't really use it. And then we just have lock. So what you can do is you can take downdraft. You can lock him right here. I wish I had the money to buy it. And then when the balloons come here, they'll just go boo and go back to the entrance. Very, very busted. Super strong. Mortar Monkey can attack anywhere on the map, but you have to target it. It only attacks there. In Bloons Tower Defense 5, they had a way that you could make it so it just locks on its own, which was really cool. Top path, just like the bomber top path, it stuns. It also just pops a ton of layers of balloons. As great Pierce, can hit a bunch of balloons at once. Very strong. Middle path allows it to hit really fast. Heavy shells allows it to break through ceramic, lead, all fortified, and all stunned balloons. Just makes it do extra damage. Artillery battery allows you to activate and goes and attacks super fast. I think Papanaw is just better, right? Over the whole screen. Very good. And then bottom path allows him to break fortifications, destroy camo, and burn. This is a really good DPS, but as Amphi just said in the chat, Mortar Monkey can kill balloons very easily and can crowd control balloons and can wipe their fortifications, but it's not very good at killing Moabs, obviously. Unless you're trying to play like this, and it's still not gonna kill them very easily, because look at how slow it shoots. Dartling Gunner is so good. I could be wrong. I think this guy's so good. So it follows your mouse. You can attack anywhere, but you can also lock it in place, so we can make it just attack here. We can have it attack down this straight. Top path, it just gives you a literal laser. It gives you a literal laser that just shoots in one path and just does a ridiculous amount of damage. It's a pure DPS, dude. Laser shock does stun balloons. I did forget about that, but it just shreds balloons. However, it's too expensive. It's way too expensive for what it does. It does not do enough damage for how expensive it is. Middle path can see camo. Eventually goes to Hydro Rocket Pods, which is really strong. This is actually a staple of BTD battles too, fun fact. But eventually becomes the Mad, which is I think it's the best Moab class destroyer in the game. And then the bottom path gives it auto targeting and it gives it 4 cannons. They just go, they shoot all over the map. It becomes a shotgun, basically. Wizard Monkey, very versatile monkey. Now, top path is a Moab destroyer and just overall a DPS. Eventually gets Arcane Spike, Arcane Mastery. So at Guided Magic, you can see over walls too, which is really good. Middle path, Wall of Fire is really good for single target maps. It places a big thing of fire as close to the Wizard Monkey as possible. So if I put it here, it would place it right here, and the fire just goes boom, and every time a balloon goes through it, it just shreds the balloons. It's very, very good. Summon Phoenix and Wizard Lord Phoenix have recently gotten buffs that have made it pretty viable. Wizard Monkey's a lot better now. Bottom path used to suck, but basically what it does is when you kill balloons around you, it reanimates them and sends them backwards on the track. Very cool and very strong. Prince of Darkness, before it got a little nerf recently and they made it more expensive, used to be like one of the best mid-game towers just because it was super cheap and just destroyed dudes. But it's a little more expensive now, still very good option. Wizard Monkey overall is just like pretty average and good, like well-rounded monkey. Super Monkey! I mean, it's Super Monkey, what can I say? Everyone knows Super Monkey, right? Top Super Monkey becomes Sun Temple and True Sun God. Not counting Paragon, strongest tower in the game. If we're counting level 1 Paragon, still the strongest tower in the game. You basically have to sacrifice a bunch of other guys to him, and then he just becomes super strong. What can I say? It's the True Sun God. Buffs your other monkeys. Kills all the balloons. I think gives your monkeys more range. Does your taxes. True Sun God does everything. But it's also 425,000. Robo Monkey is kind of the same thing. Robo Monkey is just kind of a cheaper sun avatar. However, Tech Terror, the active ability kind of just wipes out every balloon around it, and then anti-balloon is just stronger. Bottom tower, Dark Champion does extra damage to all balloon types. I think it does even more to Moab class, Dark Knight does. And at Legend of the Night, it actually puts a portal at the end of the map that when a balloon goes through it, it's like it never existed. It's like it was never there. Very cool. Also gives him vision, also knockbacks balloons. Ninja Monkey. When a lot of people use Ninja Monkey, they almost always immediately think he's broken. Like if you talk to people who play balloons casually, they all think Ninja Monkey's really broken. Now Ninja Monkey is very strong. Let's send out some rainbows. This is Bloon Jutsu, but even like, I mean, I know this is 30 rainbows, but you know, he doesn't do too well. Now, there is a way to make Ninja Monkey broken. So let's buff him with an Alchemist, then let's send those 30 rainbows at him again. Takes care of them, no problem. Once Ninja is Alch buffed, incredibly strong. Without the Alch buff, he's not that good. But the middle path, Shinobi Tactics, increases attack speed and pierce of nearby ninjas. Stacks 20 times. But now that we've got the 20 ninjas on my Bloon Jutsu, we don't have Grandmaster Ninja, but let's send a ZOMG at him. Or 30 ZOMGs at him. Are they able to get through? That's crazy impressive. That's 30 ZOMGs. And this is not a tier 5. Next, we have the Alchemist. We've already talked about the Alchemist a little bit. I have every hero, just not on this account. Top path buffs everything around it. This is the best monkey in the game. Just straight up. Even just this top path is like the best monkey in the game. Middle path allows him to transform into a powerful attack monkey. It's basically a sun. It is basically a super monkey. Very cool. Total transformation allows him to choose 5 monkeys to transform. This strategy, there's a strategy with this where you run 5 Populus Druids, 5 Druids right next to it. You pop total transformation. It transforms those 5 Druids into transformation, which are all being buffed by the 5 Populus. Very strong. And then this bottom path, lead to gold is a good farming option early into the game. Rubber to gold is not great. Bloon Master Alchemist actually literally one-shots ZOMGs. However, it also gets rid of all of the money attached to a ZOMG. So, you know, pick your fights. We messed around with Druid earlier because I showed you guys Avatar of Wrath strats. However, we'll talk about his other 2 paths. Druid of the Jungle is one of the best early game options. It puts out these little vines in the ground that just crush balloons, and it is global. It gets placed anywhere on the map. Let's send 30 magic balloons out. Let's send 30 rainbows. Like, Druid of the Vine almost deals with 30 rainbows on its own, and it literally costs $2,000. Druid of the Storm blows monkeys back. Very good. And then we go Ball Lightning. Superstorm just sends, it literally sends ZOMGs to the start of the track. Superstorm, I think, recently got a buff. Super duper good. We just talked about Druid of the Jungle. However, the next level, Jungle's Bounty, if you place him next to banana farms, the more banana farms he is touching, you hit your ability, boom, and it gives you a ton of money. The bottom path, Avatar of Wrath, so Populus stacks up to 5 times on a bunch of dudes around it. Very, very good. Avatar of Wrath also just does a ton of damage, so you stack 5 blood Populus around it. You put 1 Avatar of Wrath next to it. Very, very strong. Just melts balloons. Where are we? Oh, we're at Banana Farm. Fuck yeah. Banana Farm is so awesome. You can go like this, and it just makes you money. Look at this. Look at this. It makes me money. It's making me money. Top path is the best money making. However, just like we just saw, you have to collect the, I'll start it over again. You have to collect the bananas on your own. That is the downside. Makes the most money. A 2/0/0 is the most efficient farmer in the game. You can just spam a bunch of them and make a ton of money, and then later either upgrade them into marketplaces or banana plantations or whatever you want to do. Middle path gives you a bank. So the bank doesn't give you money. The bank doesn't give you money over time. It doesn't give you money. The bank slowly accumulates money. It gets money slowly until it gets a ton of money and it gains interest. So you wait till it's at the top, you collect it, goes back down to 0. Bottom path is like the top path, but you just don't have to collect the bananas. Now, it makes a lot less money than the top path. So a lot of people used to think like, oh, it's just for lazy people. But here's the thing. Well, first of all, Central Market buffs your merchantmen. You can do it 10 times, and merchantmen are the best farmers in the game. You get 10 of these, your merchantmen are now doubling their income, which is really good. But second of all, you don't want to save your banana farms the whole game, right? On round 80, you win. You don't want your banana farms to just sit there. They're useless. You're going to win. If you go down the bottom path, your sellback rate increases by 10%. So that actually makes Marketplace really good, especially for boss events, because you usually sell them when the boss comes in. So you buy a bunch of marketplaces, boom, sell them. Spike Factory, very, very, very cool tower. So top one just gives it a ton of DPS. They explode. Boom. kill a bunch of spikes. Also can pop leads. Middle path. Middle path makes it do extra damage to Moabs. Spike Storm. The ability launches the spikes all over the map. And it literally lays them down the entire track. So then when a Moab goes through it, just shreds everything. Carpeted Spikes does it on its own. You don't need to activate it. It still keeps the ability. You can still use the ability, but very good. Bottom path gives you permanent spikes eventually. I mean, this one, I think they last for 3 rounds. This one, they last 4 rounds or something like that. And then this one, they last a ton of rounds. So you get perma spike, you get even faster production. You buff it with an Alchemist, and it literally will generate so many spikes that an entire ZOMG can go through them and it'll wipe all of them. Monkey Village is your certified monkey buffing tower. Top path buffs primary monkeys. That's all of our monkeys up here that we talked about. Let me drag them down so you can see them. Dart Monkey, Boomerang, Bomber, Tack, Ice, and Glue Gunner. Primary training gives them extra range, pierce projectile speed. This one makes their first upgrade free, which is really cool. And this one makes their first and second upgrades free, and it gives it its own attack. Very cool tower. Middle path allows them to pop any types of balloons. You can put a Dart Monkey down. In fact, let's show it. Let's show it off. A single Dart Monkey. Not upgraded. He's got nothing. Camo lead. With an MIB next to him, he can pop them. MIB is so cool. Now, after MIB, you get an ability. Call to Arms and Homeland Defense are just absolutely broken. This one gives you 0.5. Gives you 1.5 times attack speed. This one gives you 2 times attack speed. Very good. Buffs all your monkeys. Super strong. Bottom path allows you to buy upgrades for cheaper. Monkey Town allows your monkeys to make more money. Monkey City allows your farms to make more money. Monkeyopolis swallows all farms in its radius and becomes one big giant farm in the middle. Very strong. Best farming tower in the game. If you swallow 2 banana research facilities, this actually is the most efficient farmer in the entire game. We are finally at our last monkey, the engineer monkey. A very good monkey, a very broken monkey, a very strong monkey. Top path puts down little sentries. They shoot, they become pretty good. This used to suck, but it's gotten a lot of buffs. It's starting to get pretty good now. Middle path gives cleansing foam. Look, removes camo, reground, and pops leads. Very cool. But more importantly, at tier 4, we get the overclock, baby. You target another tower, and it attacks way faster. Super cool. Ultra boost gives it the small buff, but it also gives it a permanent boost up to 10 times. Very, very cool upgrade. Bottom path makes him shoot better. At number 4, it gives you Bloon Trap. Bloon Trap swallows all balloons that go inside of it and gives you money when it's done swallowing them. Very good as an early game farm. Later in the game falls off. I never use XXL Trap, but I think you can trap Moabs. Pretty cool. Engineer's a very, very cool monkey. And that is all of the monkeys in Bloons Tower Defense 6. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow night. I don't know what I'll be playing then, but until then, I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye!